Now just go at your own pace today. Do what feels best for your body. We're going to start by kind of wiggling our toes, wiggle our fingers, and readjust anything that you might have tight. Just kind of waking up the body. Now as we do so, I'm going to have you slowly turn your palm up and down as we wiggle the fingers. And then we're going to slowly begin to lift the hands a little higher. Turning the palm up and down. And then we're going to come up to the sky and we're going to climb our ladder. Big breath in and out. And then we'll hold both hands up, take a deep breath in, exhale out, releasing toxins. Inhale, lifting, big sun breath, warming the body with the breath. One more time. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale. Now, as we roll the shoulders back and down, we're going to readjust our feet and let the body hang forward, just melting down to the front, softening the knees. And we'll sway side to side, loosening up the back, awakening the spine. We'll come to the center and draw little circles on the floor with your fingertips. And then reverse the directions going the other way. It's called pebbles in the pond, like your hands are in the warm water. You're tracing the edges of the rocks that are down at the bottom. Come back to the center and push with the legs, tighten the muscles on the back of the leg and slowly roll up. Shoulders lift to the ears and push back and down. Shake your head, yes, loosen up the neck. And then we're going to scoop forward, bending the knees, reaching to the sun, high to the sky. Let the hands come down to the legs. Hands slide down to the knees. And we're going to round the spine, tuck your head under, look at your belly button. Maybe even bring the elbows a little bit out so you can really create a curvature. And then bring the elbows in. I want you to push your hips back and stretch out long. And then curve under again, looking in at the belly. Elbows coming out. And bring the elbows in and look a little bit farther forward. Lift the chin. And then exhale, tuck back under. Elbows come out. Let the hands slide down the legs and then slowly roll up. Coming back to a standing position. Shoulders lift to the ears. They push back and down. Shake your head, yes. And we'll bend the knees and scoop forward, reach to the sun. Hands come out and down to the knees. Forward folding. Relax the spine, elbows might come out. And inhale, looking forward, pushing the hips back, stretching the back. Tuck the head under, round the back. Inhale, looking forward again. Elbows come in. Exhale, the elbows go out. You relax the body, hands slide down the legs, and slowly roll up. One vertebra at a time. Coming to a standing position, shoulders roll back and down. We're just moving the spine to warm up the body. We're going to take your legs a little bit wider. Bend and straighten the knees. Creating some heat in the body as we use the lower big muscles. Now from here, we're going to inhale, lifting up to a 5-pointed star. Hands coming out to the side, fingertips pushing out and away, stretching big. And then we'll bend the knees and bring the elbows into the waistline, into what we call the moon flower. We push back out to the star. And inhale to the moon. out to the star, and inhale to the moon. Out to the star, and then into the moon. Now we're going to hold here at the star. We're going to kind of bend the hips at the hips and the knees just to scoop forward an armful of sunflowers and extend back out. So we're just bending down, grabbing that big armful and extend back out. Breathing in, exhaling out. Back to the star. Inhale to the sun. Out to the star. One more time. And then we'll hold. Let's come in, adding the two together to the moon and the star and the sun. Back to the star. Inhale to the moon. Exhale to the star. Inhale to the sun. And then we'll hold at the star, bring the hands up high. And then down, heart center. Put a little pressure with the palms, breathing in. And exhaling out. Slowing the heart rate. Now, if you need your feet to come in a little bit closer to wherever it's comfortable for you as we slow the breath. Inhale, think of expanding the torso, expand the rib cage, and then exhale, empty all the air out. Inhale. And exhale. Breathing in. And exhaling out. And then we'll lace our fingers here and let the hands just kind of drop down. Lift the shoulders up and down a little bit, and then let the shoulders drop. Now, it does not matter where the hands are, we're just letting them come down. Fingertips can be lightly touching, or they can be all the way laced. You might be lifting your hands forward. It's whatever feels good. So we're just stretching out the arms and lowering the shoulders at the same time. We're going to release the hands together. Fingertips come, and we're going to stretch the fingers, the palm of the hand, elbows wide, relax. What we call a spider. Great job. Now we're going to lift the spider up, out and down. We'll bring the feet a little bit closer, about hip distance apart, and inhale both arms up. Now we're going to lean to the left. Hands can be together, apart, it doesn't matter. And we drop that left hand down. Slowly turn right palm up, elbow kind of pulls back. So we're stretching under the arm, down the rib cage. Kind of think of pushing that right heel into the mat. Right hip pushes out to the side. It's being gentle. And then we'll sit tall when you're ready to place your hand on your head. Now we're just going to wiggle the fingers a little bit. And then let the hand come out and down. Roll the shoulders back again, loosen up any tension if you need. And adjust the feet as the hands come back up to the top. So you got to stretch the other arm. Your hands can be together or apart as we kind of lean over a little bit. Right arm drops down, left palm turns up, elbow pulls back. Big breath in. And exhale. Feeling the opening of the shoulder. We just set the hand on the head, wiggle the fingers on the other side. Just a little movement, and then the hand comes out and down. We readjust. And you should be getting a little bit warmer. We're going to stand hip distance apart and bring the left leg back behind you. And the heel pushes down to the ground. So that back heel is pushing down, front knee is bent. If you can't see your toes in front, walk your toes a little bit farther forward. Perfect. Take a big breath in. And our hands are going to come out and around to heart center. Breathing in and exhaling out. Now we're going to look over that left shoulder, turning the head just a little bit, and then turn your torso just a little bit. Now it's a small stretch on the spine. What we're doing is thinking of keeping that back left leg straight. The knee wants to bend, untwist a little bit if you might be going too much. If you feel that twist. Hold, breathing in. Exhaling out. We look back forward, untwist. Place your hand on the front knee and rocking horse. Lift up the back heel and the front toe. Back heel, front toe. Breathing in. Exhaling out. Breathing in and out. And when you're ready, step forward, walk in place. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Readjust the shoulders if you need. We're going to stand hip distance apart again. Slide the right leg straight back like you're on a railroad track, one foot on each side. You have that space between the legs. The back heel pushes into the mat. Front knee is bent. If you can't see the toes, you can walk them a little farther forward. We start with our hands on the knee, and it's okay to hold there. Or you can bring your hands to heart center. But if it's more comfortable on the knee, leave it on the knee. Because we're going to turn your head and your torso. First, the head turns to the left, and then the torso. So if you want to just slide the hand from the knee to the hip, or you can have your hands heart center. Breathing in. Exhaling out. It's just a little twist of the spine, stretching through the hip. With that leg back, it's wanting to bend. Try to keep the right knee straight. And then we'll look back forward. Untwist. Hand touches the front leg. We're going to inhale and exhale. Just changing it slightly, breathing in our rocking horse. Shifting the weight forward and backwards. And we'll step all the way to the front, walk in place. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. We're going to inhale, lifting the hands up halfway. Turn the palms up and down a couple times. Now with the palms facing up, our hands come forward. We're going to read a book. Think of pulling the belly button in and the hips push back to sit in our chair. Now it may just be a little bend in the knee because it's a tall bar stool, or it can be a little footstool. It can be a lounge chair or whatever you need. The book can be close, it can be far away. Just adjust. Always listening to what your body needs. Be gentle, be kind, and go at your own pace. In yoga, every body is different, so everybody will look different in their poses. One last big breath in. And we're going to close the book, place it on our lap, tuck your head under. When you're ready, slowly roll up. Slide your fingers up the front of the legs. Come to a standing position. Shoulders roll back and down, and shake your head yes. Loosen up the neck. Adjust your feet. It's called a yoga mart. And we're going to bring the hands together again. Up high. And down, heart center. Big breath in and out. Shoulders relax down. And let the fingertips touch and the back of the hands begin to touch. They kind of tuck under and we drop the shoulders again. Shake your head yes if you would like. If you feel that stretch on the shoulders, the arms, whatever's tight will talk to you. You can shake your head yes, you can shake your head no, whatever you need. Just slowing the breath, breathing in here, and exhale out. As you inhale, think of expanding the rib cage. Exhale, the belly button tucks inside the rib cage. It kind of hides. We'll slowly release the hands out and down. Shake your head, yes. We're going to take your hands out to the side, up to the sky, and push the palms up. So let's stretch. Fingertips feel like they're kind of pulling back, like they have a little bit of weight on them. Stretch the arms nice and long. And if you would like, you can even lift your heel up and let it drop down, adding a little lymphatic drainage. Then our hands come out and down, releasing any tension, shoulders roll back. And we're going to melt forward again, softening the body. And then I want you to lift one leg and then the other. It's a little yoga knee march. It's called walking the dog. Dogs might be barking. And then we're going to let the elbows go out again, rounding the spine, looking in all the way to the belly button. And then push the hips back and look forward again, just like we did at the very beginning. Softening the spine, rounding, extending the spine, looking forward. Exhale, tucking under. Inhale, looking forward. Going at your own pace. Just moving the mid-back, the lower back, the hips. And then we'll hold here, slowly rolling up. Shoulders lifting to the ears, pushing back and down. Shake your head if you would like. Now we're going to go into a balancing pose. Now that we have everything nice and warm, we're going to extend out the left leg. Think of your right knee, it's going to bend. And then you're going to tighten all the muscles up as you start to push the heel, the toes into the mat. Tighten up into the rib cage here. And then you have the toe out to the side. You might choose to tap that toe with the hands on the hips. If you don't really like that, you want to try something different, slide that toe in and place the heel against the standing leg. Let the toe touch the floor. And then if you would like, lift the toe up. Or you might drop the toe back down. So adjusting that left foot as needed. It's a balancing pose of the tree. It's called a tree pose. Now you might choose to have your hand come out to the side. You might have branches of the tree that stick out. You can have both hands out, both hands down, one of each, it doesn't matter. In nature, every tree is different, so we'll all look different in our trees. And take a big breath in. Exhale out, and we'll let the hands come down to the hips again. Extend out the left leg, or it may have been out the whole time. We're going to rock side to side, readjusting. For a tree pose on the other side, we just make sure everything's all shaken out so there's no tension building. And then we're going to bend your left knee. Tighten the muscles, slowly coming up. You might even touch the muscles, encouraging them to tighten. Our hands come to our hip. You might have the right toe out to the side in our tree pose, holding steady. You can tap that toe. It can be up or down. You might slide the toe against the floor, bringing the heel in to the standing leg. You might put a little pressure with that heel against the standing leg. Toe can be down, or every once in a while you can lift it, tapping the toe. Testing what feels comfortable for your body. Now we are tightening around the middle here. You might even think of pushing on the rib cage to make sure it's tight. If someone was to come and poke you in the stomach, you would tighten yourself to brace to keep from falling over. So it's that same tightening. Hands can be out, they can be up. The limbs of the tree, those branches. We'll take one last big breath in and exhale out. The foot's in, we'll extend it out and we'll rock side to side. Hands can come onto the hips. Wiggle the fingers, the toes, readjusting, shoulders roll back and down. And we're going to get ready to go to the floor however you feel comfortable, or you do not have to go to the floor if you don't want to. We're going to roll the shoulders back and down, shake your head yes. And let the hands first just hang forward in what we call the ragdoll. Soften the knees. Your ragdoll, your arms sway side to side. You might draw little circles on the floor with your fingertips, as pebbles in the pond. You might reverse the direction, go the other way. And then you might choose to have your hands go out, away from each other, and then cross in the center, the wings of the bird, going out and in. Just adjusting the shoulders, your knees are soft. And then we'll hold, and we'll begin to bend the knees. We're going to come onto the floor, all fours, so your fingertips can touch. You can step back with one foot, then the other. You might have a downward dog or a puppy dog. Puppy dog means you're just on your knees with the hips high. Eventually, we will come to all fours on the floor. Relax the feet behind you. Bring the head towards the ground. Now, if you need, you can rest your head on your hands. Your hands can be forward, hips can be up or down. Just be gentle with your body in your child's pose. Just kind of stretch the arms, lengthen the spine, stretch around the back of the hip, and slow the breath. Place the hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to lift up to all fours. And from here, we're going to bring right shoulder to the right hip and look at the right hip, wagging the tail of the cat, what we call a side cat. Right shoulder goes to the right hip, we look at the right hip. So just wag side to side, moving the tail of the cat. Nice and slow, whatever feels best for your body. Just creating space between the vertebrae of the spine. Then we'll come to the center, lean to the side, and bring your feet around to the front, sitting on your bottom. I want you to shake out your knees, point and flex your feet, whatever you need. We're going to adjust, lift up one hip and then the other. Whatever feels best for you to be on your sits bones. Now from here, we're going to do our butterfly, which means our bottoms of our feet touch. Have a little bit of our butterfly here. It does not matter where the feet are, it's wherever it feels comfortable. And it's going to be a flying butterfly. So we're going to have our hands go out to the sides. And then we're going to make a fist by first bringing in the pinky and one finger at a time coming in to make the fist. The fist comes to the shoulders. The shoulders lift up around till the elbows come to the front and down. And then we extend out one finger at a time, unrolling that fist. The thumb and then the pinky. Feel that big stretch forward. And then bring the pinky in. Roll the fingers and the thumb, elbows will come up, out, and lift as far as they'll go out to the side and down. Thumb extends. So this is called a flying butterfly. We're going to unwrap the fingers, and then the fingers come back in. They curl in like the cocoon. Elbows lift, come around and down. Arms extend, and the thumb rolls out, and then the pinky. And then the pinky comes in, and we'll open, lift the elbows up, out and down. Feel the opening of the shoulders, and the hands come down towards the ground. And we'll place your hands on the knees. I'm going to have you look up to the sky. And then look down at the ground or your belly button. Now you might feel a little rocking motion with the hips as we look back up. And then we look back down. Let the back kind of round. Look back up. High to the sky. And then look down to the ground again. I'll turn sideways so you can see my spine as we look up. And we look down. One more time, looking up. And then the hands slide to the knees. Bring the knees to the center and extend the legs back out. Shake out any tension. We're going to bend the left knee. Cross the left foot over if you would like. Or just leave your foot next door. It's just the knee is bent. We're going to bring right hand to the left knee. So it comes across the body. Left hand comes back behind you. And then we look over the shoulder. You feel that spine gently starting to twist, but if anything bothers you, untwist. Just go a little bit at a time to where it feels comfortable. Breathing in. Exhaling out. We'll slowly untwist, coming forward, placing one hand on the knee, the other hand towards the foot, anywhere on the leg where we can rock. Loosening up any tension in the leg, the hip. Just breathing in, exhaling out. And then we'll set this foot down on the ground. We're going to shift your weight side to side. And you have that left elbow goes to the right knee. So right hand reaches your hips. You're going to roll the shoulder back and look up to the sky. I'll slowly bring the right toes towards your nose. And kind of flex the foot. And then we're going to lean forward. Both hands come to the front, to the mat. You might start to feel that pull or that stretch on the back of the straight leg. We're going to walk your hands to the middle and then to the straight leg. Breathing in, exhaling out. Now you might place your hands closer to the hip, look up to the sky, and push the chin out. Leaning back forward, breathing in and exhaling. Right hand is going to come back behind you and we're going to gently turn the spine. You might look to the back wall in that reverse triangle sitting down. And slowly come back forward. Untwisting, come right to the center, and we'll walk your hands up so you can sit up tall and bring that knee to the chest. And then lengthen it back out forward, kind of rub the knee, get any tension off of that leg. We're going to change sides. Right knee bends. Right foot crosses over. Then that left hand comes to the right knee. Right hand comes back behind you and we add that little spinal twist. Now you can even turn your head and look to the back wall if that's comfortable. Otherwise, just be gentle with the spine. Listen to what your body needs. And we'll slowly come back forward. Nice and gentle. You can have one hand on the knee, one hand on the foot. We're going to cradle the baby and rock it side to side, loosening up any tension. And then we'll place this foot on the floor, readjust the hips, rock side to side, readjust the sits bones, and we'll have that right elbow pushing on that right knee, opening the hip just a little bit. Left hand touches the left hip. You might even look up to the sky while pushing down the right hand. And slowly bring that left toe up towards your nose, feeling the stretch on the back of the leg. Slowly lean to the front, walking both hands to the middle. And then when you're ready, walk both hands to the straight leg. Kind of leaning in, toes still pulling towards your nose. And when you're ready, we'll walk your hands towards your hip, look up to the sky and push your chin forward. Breathing in, exhaling out. Left hand comes back. And you look over that left shoulder if you would like. A reverse triangle sitting down. It is a spinal twist again. Stretching down the side of the waistline to the spine. That right side into that right hip. Big breath in. Exhale, relaxing. And walk your hands back to the center, nice and slow. When you're ready, walk your hands up the middle. Lengthen out the bent knee. It might start to bother you a little bit. Give it a little massage. Shake out any tension you have. And we'll be bending your knees here in a moment. First, I want you to point and flex the feet. As we get ready to go or roll like a ball going onto our back, we're going to bend both knees. You can give them a little squeeze if you would like. As we roll on your back, you can roll to the side to come onto your back, or you can roll back and forth, rolling like a ball. Your ball might roll sideways, might roll up and down. But eventually we'll be on the ground with your hands on the legs and draw little circles. What we're trying to do is massage the lower back right between the hip bones. Hands can be anywhere it feels comfortable. It's almost like our knees are drawing circles on the ceiling. I'll reverse the direction, go the other way. And we'll come to the center and let your feet touch the floor. Going to a bridge pose, you can lift your hips up off the mat, creating a straight line from the knees to the shoulders. Some people use their hands to support the weight underneath. Some people touch their feet with their hands, or let your hands just relax to the side. Now you are pushing the toes and heels into the mat, so we're strengthening the knees and the ankles, strengthening the lower back, the glutes, the hips held high. Breathe in and exhale out. And when you're ready, we'll lift the heels off of the mat and roll down from the shoulders one vertebrae at a time until the tailbone touches the floor. Let the knees kind of sway side to side, loosening up any tension you might have as we let the knees rock side to side. Both legs fall to the left, and we just hold on one side. You can place that left foot on top of the right knee. Breathing in, exhaling out. take another deep breath in. And then the foot touches the floor. Both feet on the floor, knees sway side to side once again. Let the legs fall to the right. If you would like, you can place that bottom right foot on top of the left knee. The legs fall over. One more deep breath in. The top foot comes to the bottom, touches the floor. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock side to side again. Open your arms like a letter T at the top of the mat. Allow both legs to fall to the left. And then you can extend out one leg, both legs, you can cross the ankles. Whatever you would like as they fall to the side. And we turn our head to look away to the right. If the legs are to the left, you look to the right. It's a full spinal twist lying down. Adjusting for your body. Being gentle and kind. Bring the knees back to the center, give them a little squeeze. And then allow the legs to fall to the other side, to the right. Arms open like a letter T. And then if you would like, you can turn your head looking away from the feet. You can have one leg straight, both legs bent. Any combination that feels good. Some people even cross their ankles. Breathing in, exhaling out. And then slowly bring the knees back to the center. Rock side to side. And the legs will straighten towards the sky, point and flex the feet. Now bring the toes towards your nose. Feel that stretch on the back of the knee. Still breathing. We hold the pose but not the breath. And then I want you to soften the knees, let the legs fall to the sides. In a joyful, happy baby, the knees can be bent or straight. You can kick the feet side to side. It's called a silly baby. So people hold on to their sock, their pant leg, or yogi toe grip with the middle finger and thumb around the big toe. Some people place their fingertips on the bottoms of their feet and push the knees down into the ground. Any combination that feels comfortable for you, legs bent or straight, it does not matter. And then we'll bring the knees to the center. One last squeeze, a gentle hug. Place your feet on the floor. Lengthen your toes to one side of the room, fingertips to the other. Stretching, growing a little longer, a little taller. And then when you're ready, bring your hands down next to your leg. Roll your shoulders under, make a fist with your hands, flex your feet and tighten all the muscles in your body. Tighten, tighten, squeeze. And then release. Feeling the difference of the relaxed body. Now, this is called the corpse pose. It's used for rest and relaxation, so just close your eyes, clear your mind, let your body be at peace. And Shavasana. Keeping your eyes closed, begin to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, and roll over onto your right side for another moment of rest and relaxation. Just slowing the breath. We're going to take another deep breath in. Exhale out all the air. And when you're ready, we'll let the eyes flutter open and begin to walk yourself up to an easy sit position. Your legs can be straight or they can be crossed or anywhere it feels comfortable. Might draw a little circular motion, loosening up the back, awakening the spine. And then reverse the direction, go the other way. And then we'll hold in the center, lift the shoulders to the ears, push back and down. Rolling the shoulders back a few times. And the hands fall to the sides. We'll inhale up to the sky. We'll come down heart center. Little prayer pose. Then the tips of the fingertips touch on the back of the hands. We'll shake your head yes. Shake your head no. And shake your head yes again. And then we'll inhale, lifting up. Exhale out, releasing toxins. Inhale for your body. Inhale for your mind. Inhale for your spirit. Bring your hands heart center. Namaste. And thanks for joining me in yoga today. We're going to practice getting on and off the floor if you would like. We're going to bring your knees to the middle. And then they lean to the side. We'll bring our hands down so we're on all fours, coming up onto your knees and your hands. Do a little yoga knee march. Make sure your feet feel comfortable underneath you. And then we'll place one foot on the floor and a hand on that knee. Now behind you, you have your foot digging into the mat. So those toes push down. We'll start rocking back and forth a little bit. As you push down with the toes in the back, you lift up the back knee. And then you rock back and forth until you feel comfortable walking your hand up your leg. Walk in place. Roll the shoulders back and down. And you're off the ground. I'm so glad you joined me today.